What's up, everybody? This is Jeremiah, and today I'm going to be reacting to the video superpowers that are just cursed by waves. Now, there are some superhero powers that are just beyond broken, and people love to have, like flight, super strength, super speed, durability, endurance, teleportation, mind control, something like that. Even telepathy, telekinesis, and so on and so forth. But some superhero powers that are they seem, some of them seem great on paper, but if you actually live it out or actually have it in real life, it's actually kind of a burden. And we kind of seen it with like Marvel and DC and other and beyond those two superhero franchises, in other aspects, Star Wars and in anime as well. So we're here to find it out. We're here to find out which superpowers are a burden, basically. So without further ado, let's react to the video. Is there any sound? Oh, okay, my bad. Like, there's no sound. Oh, maybe copyright shit. I don't know. Copyrighted me. Oh, she looks so goofy. Dang.
Is this nigga serious?
When it comes to gaining superpowers, this shit's hella overrated. And that's not to say that I wouldn't want to have any sort of power if I ever had the opportunity to have one. Like, best believe, if you told my ass this injection would give you superpowers and could turn you into a heroic icon, similar to the greats like Superman, Captain America, Thor Odinson, Spider-Man, the Sentry. Okay, I might pass on the last one. But my point is that with most superpowers, as much as they have crazy defining qualities, stupid busted level power scaling, or they're just on a different level of overpowered to the point where the writers go and make the people with the ability stupid as shit, just so the plot can roll on and it seems more fairer.
True.
Like Quicksilver getting shot, that was some dumb shit, man. Is that there's so much more drawbacks to most powers that people don't really think about often. Which is what I'm here to speak about. For this video, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna deep dive and give the breakdown of certain superpowers I was thinking about that would be trash to have. Not just in real life where they might be useless, but even in the superhero worlds because they're low-key cursed. This shit would have you hating your life. You would crash out 24/7, breaking everything in sight. But without wasting any more time, I got the receipts. Man's ready. Let's go. Starting with the first power that came to mind, regeneration. Now, regeneration inherently isn't that bad of a power. It's kind of sick, low-key. It's basically a couple steps down from immortality in the sense that you'd be able to heal quicker and move off injury faster. It makes it a lot easier for you to partake into dangerous situations, since you know you'll be aight if the worst happens. It's kind of going. Most of the time in TV shows, comics, or movies, most, if not the majority of all people with powers will have some sort of healing factor. Whether it's something minor to the point where they can heal broken bones and injuries in less than 24 hours, or they're moving crazy and out here regrowing whole body parts. It's mad. It's a useful and reliable power. But as useful as regeneration can come out to be, do you man have any idea how much it takes to even have this type of power? It's hella painful. Have you ever really deeped it and thought to yourself how characters like Deadpool, Wolverine, the Hulk, that guy from Super Crooks, you think when they're out here growing whole new body parts because they lost theirs, that they like this shit? Or it comes off easy? No, it probably feels mad. Just because someone has healing powers doesn't mean the healing feels like nothing. As much as that whole idea is portrayed around the majority of these characters, often than not, if you or me had this power, and I don't know, you lost all your limbs to some bullshit, then go ahead to regrow them because it's what you do, I can't even imagine the unbearable. Bro, I would end it all, man. I'm not going through that. And I know one of you is probably thinking, but waves, over time with this power, wouldn't you just become more and more used to the pain from it? And you know, it probably becomes a lot easier to cope with since you're used to having it, right? Shut up, man. That shit doesn't make any sense. Just because something happens often doesn't mean it becomes easier. Like your driving test. I failed mine again. But my point is that the pain doesn't subside or go. It probably gets worse over time. Sure, you may be able to firm it and get somewhat used to it, but that doesn't mean you become completely unfazed to it like you didn't know your arm's been chopped off. That's stupid. Imagine it like this. Your body is building itself back up, brick by brick, muscle by muscle, nerve by nerve, tendon by tendon, molecule by molecule, ACL tear by ACL tear. You're feeling all of that, all injuries you've had building back up one by one. If you have a dislocated shoulder in your body now, best believe your body is forcing it back into its original position. You're gonna first hand see all of that. If it ain't hurt enough, you're gonna witness it. It's gonna make you vomit. And depending on what injury you got, makes the healing part even worse. Wolverine is a prime example of this. He's the main guy who goes through it. In his second solo movie, when he was out here shielding a man from an atomic bomb, look at the state of him afterwards. Man, he was out here shielding a man from an atomic bomb. Look at this.
Sheesh. And you have to that's gonna be painful to regenerate that. Really painful to regenerate.
Day of him afterwards. Mental. And he just heals over it. He looked dead 2 seconds ago. Imagine firming that. All the time in the third X-Men movie when he was going up to end Gene. Look at him firming the hits from the cosmic powers. You can see the adamantium from a skeleton now. Imagine for 100 years, this guy's been egoing the craziest injuries known to man. His brain threshold gotta be insane by now. When him and Deadpool were holding a whole bomb together that would have destroyed the entire timeline, bro, that probably felt like death for both of them. Like, imagine, I love Deadpool as much as the next person, but hell no, I would never want to be this guy. Solely because he's always in a state of chronic pain because of his cancer, with his healing factor constantly attacking it, which basically puts him in a state where he's hurting always. It's dumb. Regeneration is good to an extent. Like, if it's just accelerated healing, where broken bones and cuts come out in 24 hours, and you just need to sleep it off, that's calm. But when it comes to OD levels of this, like growing a whole body from a single drop of blood, I sign out here. I ain't doing this. The next power I want to bring up that's just terrible is immortality.
Oh,
and everyone
yes. Immortality is the worst superpower you can have, bro. I'm serious. Immortality is a scam. Immortality, it's just, no, it's bad. It really is bad. Because there's one Marvel character, it was like Immortal Man. I think everybody has heard. Yeah, I think it's a comic book, or he's in like maybe like Spider-Man's comic book or something like that. It's so sad to the point where you live on for like thousands of hundreds, maybe even hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of years, to the point where it's like you're seeing people that you grow relationships with, friends, family, pass away, and it's like, yo, and you're the only one there. It's like, yo, that's crazy. Immortality, man, is the worst superpower ever, man. It really is. If I were to choose whose superpower I would be, yo, I'm not choosing immortality, bro. It's not worth it. It's to the point where you just want to like not come back on the earth, bro. It really is that simple. And it's just, you're gonna get depressed. You're gonna get really depressed if you have immortality, though. We're gonna get really depressed.
I know this already. Being immortal just fully makes life useless. Like, the whole point as to why people tell each other to live their best life, do what you want to do regardless of what other people say, and just strive to achieve your dreams and greatness, is that one day we all gonna be 6 feet under, so you might as well do what you want to do. But as soon as you become immortal, it defeats the purpose of the meaning of life. You'll just sit there day by day, realizing you can do whatever you want, whenever you want, and it won't matter because you can't die. Not to mention, you'll see everybody you've ever loved pass away in hospital beds, attend many funerals, and just break down over and over again, meeting again along with new people constantly, and eventually knowing that they're gonna die one day.
It's an endless cycle. It's an endless cycle that is going to leave you more depressed.
Who cares, man? The sole reason to why I think this power would be trash is because you would outlive everything. Not just people, but the entire earth and anything on here. Mad. Like, let's keep it real for a second. The world is a giant shithole. Let's cut the crap. At the most, and I'm being very generous here, with the way humanity's been moving over the last like 100 years, is that I'm saying we got 30 to 40 years tops before the world would just blow up and die. And if you're immortal in this case, you would end up floating in the cold vacuum of space for the rest of eternity, doing nothing, just watching the void and stars and probably aliens doing a bunch of random shit for the rest of eternity. But this isn't even the worst of it.
What's up, everybody? Enjoying the video? That's great. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications to know when I upload another video. Also, tune into the live streams live on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. So tune into whichever one that seems best for you. Also, join the Discord, link in the description down below. And 98% of you guys are watching the videos. If you guys be watching the videos so much, hit the subscribe button. It's free. Without further ado, let's get back into the video.
Ladies and gentlemen, the worst thing about immortality is that you would outlive some of the best meals. And let me break this down to you guys so you can understand the true pain of this. Worst case scenario, if you were immortal and you lived long enough to the extinction of the greatest animal of the planet, the chicken, to the point where the world had to make the harsh decision of making fried chicken no longer a dish that can be served anymore. Do you have any idea how much of a crisis that is? The emptiness of space is one thing, but to live so far along to not be able to eat my favorite meal? No. No. No! It's an outrage. If I went to Popeyes and they told me we could no longer serve chicken, I'm gonna turn this into an episode of the Boondocks. You can't do this to me. The day society bans fast food is the day I finna go crazy. Banning pizzas, banning fried chicken, banning Subway. It's healthy junk food, man. The UK already ruined chicken and chips for me with their extortionate prices, which my dumbass still ends up paying anyway, but that's because I can't survive without it. These are God-sent miracles from the heavens above. And for how terrible the earth is, it's like one of the few things worth it here. So to be alive forever and to witness the end of some of our most favorite meals because of humanity as a whole being terrible is the worst thing about immortality. Everyone already knows your loved ones are gonna go. That's kind of the major drawback with it. And just being stuck in space forever? Yeah, that's bad too. But to potentially witness the demise of glorious Munch and Mills in the world is a level of suffering I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. Immortality, it sucks, man, it's trash. And now, for the final power, all powers that I want to bring to the conversation are some of the worst ever done in media history. These powers are so empty, so undeniably horrible to have. The whole universe from when they come from are all just terrible. The final powers that I want to bring up that are just evil is anything, and I mean anything from the boys. I don't care if you got the powers of...
I could agree with you with that one. I can. Because the boys, like, Compound V gives you, like, either broken ones or just straight out the dumbest, well, not the dumbest, but it gives you out some, like, kind of like the most useless ones ever, bro. Useless plus weirded ones plus weird ones that are not even, like, actually kind of broken or actually decent. That ones that are just, cause it's just, it's just...
a Homelander, Soldier Boy, or Cypher from Gen V who can mind control people. Every power from this show is just menacing to have. No matter what your ability is in the boys universe, there's immediately a drawback or something sus about it. Like in the 4th season, we have a shapeshifter who becomes Starlight so she can infiltrate and kill someone from the US government. Do you know what she has to do to change into another person? The chicanery she has to commit to even be able to use her powers? She has to literally rip her skin off, peeling that shit like it's an orange. Ugh, man, you nasty ass bastard. You have guys like Webweaver who shoots webs from his bum. This guy who knocked out MM with his wood and multiple soups in the world just end up having some of the worst shit I've ever seen. You got Popclaw, some fake X-23 clone.
Yeah, like, you came from like right here. I'm like, yo, what? Like you punching like, I'm like, bro, really? Like, oh jeez, bro. I rewatched The Boys. When I saw them, I'm like, yo, bro, come on, fam. Like the claw came from like this is like a hook claw. I'm like, yo, what does that serve? What does that legit serve? If it was from here like X-23 or Wolverine, I bet, sure. Or and then plus has the factors of like, you know, animantium and stuff like that, sure, why not? Or if you just like, you know, sugarcoat it. But I wouldn't be mad at that. Legit, I wouldn't be mad at that. But to come from here and like no, and then yeah, you get super strength, you know, whatever, stuff like that. But from this side, really?
Never used up powers for any good reason. Another guy who can vomit acid, who isn't even able to survive his own acid and dies to it. What is that? Zoe Newman, Victoria's daughter.
Oh,
and now, because of the Compound V Victoria gave her, she's like Medusa. But instead of the snakes being on her head and turning you to stone, they're in her mouth and eat your face. Nasty. When in doubt in this universe, if you gain powers from Compound V, best case scenario, you'll get the worst power. And you think I'm done here? No. A long time ago, a show came out called The Boys Diabolical, which is like a spin-off series with a bunch of cartoon episodes about Vought, the boys group, and just some random shenanigans going on in their world. And in the second episode of this show, you see some of the most useless, cursed, dumb powers I've ever seen in my entire life. You got a guy that moves in slow motion, a guy with a speaker box for a head that can only play one song.
What?
You got a guy that moves in slow motion.
A guy who moves in slow motion.
A guy with a speaker box for a head that can only play one song. A bootleg version of Melina from Mortal Kombat. A guy who can change into animals but becomes as stupid as the animal.
Oh, he's a bootleg Beast Boy. Oh my gosh. He's a Temu version of Beast Boy. Oh, come on. He's a Timu Beast Boy. He's a Timu Beast Boy.
And a baby who's a narrator. How is that even a power? That's full breaking. Well, pretty much everyone here has a bunch of useless powers, and the story of the episode is that they find out about Compound V being a drug and that all their parents were okay with letting Volt give it to them as kids. So now they're just taking revenge and trying to murk all of them, which ends of them all get finessed by Homelander. The point is that in this world, it doesn't matter. They hold everyone when it comes to being a suit. Not to mention, most of the heroes made by Vought in the normal seasons aren't even real. They're all just a bunch of weird actors that are out here doing stage saves and robberies so they can stay relevant to the public eye. They'll do anything by any means necessary. And most, if not all of them, only care about how they look to others instead of doing the right thing. And if even the tiniest people see them as a maniac, well, they kind of run with that shit. Like, how much fights or parts of the show got guys like Homelander murking people every now and then? He told a girl to jump. For what, man? 99% of people who took Compound V, they're just unstable. Before A-Train became the somewhat redeemed man he is now, look how he's moving before. Or the Deep, who's just a giant weirdo.
He's not, he's a weirdo, and he's a meat rider. Tell me that much, he's a meat rider.
Who messes with animals. Their powers amplify and either make you more of a good or worse person. And most of the time, it's worse. But I'm not gonna lie though, the boys to me is the most realistic representation of what would happen if people had powers. Because let's be real, it is not all gonna be sunshine and rainbows here. It would definitely be a battlefield. If the man them had powers, crime would probably skyrocket, stealing would be way too easy, they would probably have high futuristic security to contain people with powers, and all in all, the world would just look like the bad future of the Meet the Robinsons movie. It would be terrible. But with that being said, I feel like it's definitely the closest thing to how people would act if they had powers. But the boys universe? I just stay a human here, bro. I would never take Compound V, let alone 10V. That shit is trash too. So these were some powers I think are straight up garbage. And to be completely honest there, besides Spider-Man, The Flash, Green Lantern, Superman, and a couple other superheroes I can't really name because there's too much, is that I'd rather stay a human and learn a bunch of martial arts and carry guns. Because the plot of my humans having superhero movies is mental. If you guys got any worse off powers that get your blood boiling, let me know in the comments, man. Thank you for watching this far. I appreciate all you, man. And to round the video off, I don't know.
Oh man, shout outs to Waves for the video, man. Yeah, some of these superpowers that you just explained, especially in the boys universe, bro, it's not good. Really, it's not good. It's cursed, useless. It's just terrible overall. It's terrible overall. It really is terrible overall. But again, shout outs to Waves for the video. The original video link in the description down below. Follow me on all the socials. With all that being said, this is Jeremiah. God bless you all. Jesus loves you all. Repent and be saved. I'm out of here. Peace.